Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place. For the finest in men's fashion, Tom's Place will suit you. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
When was the first TV satellite put in orbit?
It's a symbol, CYMBAL, of a long-lasting company. See what I did there? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And this week, we scoured the internet to find out useless information just for you.
Plus, we'll open up the mailbag. And in the news this week, your favorite, they got their knickers all locked up.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
This is Totally Useless Television Information with Nick and Roy, the two guys that put the boob in boob tube.
Oh, laugh track and everything. I put the Nick and Knickers. Welcome to
the boob man.
That's right. What was Rodney Dangerfield's line? He goes, I must be an ass man because people say to me all the time, you're an ass man. Welcome to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. So delighted you're here. 72 countries. Let's talk about television. Roy?
The first TV broadcast, this is the first time TV waves were broadcast in the United States, was 1928. The first British broadcast under BBC, British Broadcasting Company, was in 1930. The first Canadian broadcast, 2020.
No, come on. We have running water and plumbing. What's this, 2024? Yeah, we do. Come on. Well, listen, the first experimental television broadcast here in Canada was in 1932 in Montreal, Quebec, under the call sign of VE9EC.
Televisions won't become popular, actually, until after World War II in 1945. But the first broadcasts were happening in the late 20s, early 30s.
So let me go back to our first experimental television broadcast back in 1932. They were between 60 and 150 lines of resolution, which caused the revolution, really. 60 to 150 lines of resolution at 41 megahertz.
Wow.
Now we're up to what, 18K, 8K, 22K? I don't know what that K it is.
It's nuts.
It is absolutely bonkers. Television. So the Fonz, remember the Fonz, Henry Winkler, the Fonz? He was almost a daydream believer because during the audition for Happy Days, Henry Winkler saw Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees sitting across the room. I mean, he was good looking, was an experienced actor, and he also knew how to ride a motorcycle. So that got Henry all nervous. Plus, Mickey Dolenz was over 6 feet tall. And the original script called for the character of the Fonz for a tall Italian kid. But here's what happened. The show's creator, Gary Marshall, thought the disparity in height wouldn't look good with the other cast members. They were all about 5'7". Henry Winkler, how tall was Henry Winkler? 5'7", and he got the part as the Fonz. Hey.
Well, funny thing too about the Fonz, and most people don't know this, but he was asked to come to the audition because he was in a movie called The Lords of Flatbush. Did you ever see it?
Yes, I have actually, a long time ago, but yeah,
where
absolutely.
He plays the same exact character as the Fonz, and that's why he was asked to even come in the first place to the audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty
cool.
More totally useless information with useless information.
Yeah, me and Nick, we know all this stuff. We're just, our heads are exploding with all this useless information.
Exactly.
The first TV satellite, this was my tease.
Right.
The first TV satellite was put in orbit in 1962. And in 1969, over 6 million people watched the moon landing via that satellite that was put up there in 1962.
Wow.
When it was put up there in 1962, there was one first communication that said, "Welcome said the UFO aliens
Allegedly.
who actually made the satellite and put it there when they first produced it in Roswell in 1950. No.
By the way, someone sent me a text message the other day, and they said, you guys are full of it. I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, like, you're nothing but AI. No. The only artificial intelligence we have on this program is Roy and I when we get together, okay?
People actually think that we're using artificial intelligence.
We're not. We have no intelligence at all in this show. None.
I was just gonna say,
Oh.
how stupid are they?
If they think there's... So how stupid are they that they think there's actually intelligence on this show?
We actually have them beat.
Right. Here's a fair warning. The FCC, which is our version of the CRTC here in Canada, in the United States, proposed a $272,000 fine against CBS's show Young Sheldon, the spinoff of The Big Bang Theory. So Young Sheldon, the show, was fined $272,000. Why? Because they used a simulated version of a distinctive warning sound. In April of 2018, CBS transmitted an episode of Young Sheldon to at least 227 of their television stations. The episode included a sound effect accompanying a tornado warning, which is what was going on in the show, which the producers modified. But it was so close to the actual emergency alert system tone that the FCC put a fine of $272,000. It was too close to the real thing.
So wow, they fined them because it sounded that would scare people, I would assume.
I mean, they tried to refine it a little bit. They modified it so that it wouldn't sound just like it, but not enough apparently. So they got some dollars to send to the FCC. Yep.
The U.S. has roughly 360 million people. That averages 3.5 people per household. Okay. So roughly, you would have 100 million homes, correct?
Right.
That's 100 million TV sets, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Oh.
The United States has roughly 275 million television sets just in the U.S. alone.
Really?
275 million.
Now, how many people per household did you say?
3.5 is the unit of family. 3.5 in the U.S.
So what I want to know is where the heck, like, how do you get a 0.5, like half a person? Yabba dabba ouch. The voice of Barney from the Flintstones was none other than the man of a million voices, Mel Blanc. Actually, he was known as the man of 1,000 voices. Mel Blanc, Bugs Bunny and all the Warner Brothers, he was also the voice of Barney.
Mel Blanc.
However, in 1961, he was involved in a horrific head-on car crash that almost killed him and left him hospitalized for 70 days.
Wow. What do you think he said after the crash? That's all, folks.
Suffering thicksash. Wow. I think I thought a head-on collision. I did. Boom. So he was hospitalized for 70 days, but after he was released from the hospital to continue his recovery at home, he insisted to continue working from home. With wires all around the hospital bed and a speaker to talk to the producers, Mel Blanc managed to record 40 episodes of The Flintstones at his home while he was still recovering.
Sure he did. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything else except use his voice. I don't have any empathy for him. I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. But imagine, wow, that's dedication for you.
Yeah. In the U.S., guess how much it costs every year of your electric bill to power your TV set?
Oh, that's an interesting proposal. How much in terms of dollars or the amount of kilowatt hours? Like, what do you...
Percentage of your electric
bill? I would say 25%.
Ooh, that's a lot. 4%.
4%.
4%. I thought that was a lot. I thought 4% was a lot because the big things are like if you're using air conditioning, your refrigerator, things like that.
Right.
And you use lighting all the time. So, you're not really like, but I was very surprised. 4% of your entire electric bill goes to your television.
I watch a lot
And
of
I would assume that depends. That's per television, maybe.
Yeah. I was just going to
Yeah.
say, I watch a lot of television of 25% of my electric bill.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Okay. So
That's
if
ridiculous.
you're interested in breaking into our houses, we'll give you the address at the end of the show.
Yeah. It makes it so much easier for me to shoot them while they're trying to run with an 82-inch television set.
That's right. Let's stick with the Flintstones. In the third season of the Flintstones in 1962, the showrunners decided that Fred and Wilma should have a baby. I could just imagine what their mattress was like, right? It was like, boy, this is hard. This mattress is hard as a rock.
Watch it, Nick. You shouldn't do the show while you're stoned.
So initially, they all agreed that the child should be a baby boy. However, their decision was changed by the Ideal Toy Company. The person in charge of the Flintstones merchandising called Hanna-Barbera, and said, listen, he heard that they were thinking of adding a baby. When Barbera said it was going to be a boy, they said, that's too bad because we have the ideal toy, as they put it, if it was a girl. They changed the gender on the spot and sold 3 million Pebble dolls in a few months. Well, of course, that was Pebbles and her brother was Bam Bam, which is apparently what Fred and Wilma were doing.
No, was her brother Bam Bam or no?
Oh, no,
Barney's
that was
son
her. That was.
Unless you know something we don't. Fred was meandering around at night. And
That's right. That's right. He was sleepwalking.
You're not Wilma.
Thank you for joining us. There are many ways that you can get in touch with us. At nickandroy.com is one way. You can click on Contact Us to send us an email, of course, and you can also send us a text at 71010. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. To access the full library of episodes, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
And now it's time for Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy as they present Dreams. Wake up. Wake up. Dreams.
What was that? What concerns me more is that Nick was in the room while I was sleeping. What was he doing in there?
That's right. I was narrating the intro while you were sleeping. You know why?
Yeah, that's scary.
Because I was hot and bothered.
Uh-oh.
So no, that's
I
a type.
sense a segue here.
No, yes. Well, there is a segue. So hot and bothered. Huge spicy meals before bed can increase your chances of having weird dreams, like having your co-host hover over your bed. Some experts suspect that this could be because of the fiery foods. They raise your body temperature, which can cause you to have the worst kind of sleep. If you're slightly more conscious, you might be more likely to remember your dreams more clearly. Now, according to Stanford University sleep expert Emmanuel Mignot, he told the Wall Street Journal that if you have huge spicy meals before bed, you will have more and more weird dreams.
From time to time, Nick and I get some facts because we don't discuss what facts we have because we truly want it to be organic between us.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes we get the same fact, and one of mine is very similar. Eating right before you go to sleep, eating anything can change the way you dream. And it's true because think about it, your metabolism is signaled to become more active due to the food going into your system. The more active the metabolism, the more you dream. And the more active my metabolism, the more tired Heidi Klum gets in my dream.
Yes, yes. It's still a hot and spicy dream in your case.
Right. I should eat hot and spicy food.
There you go, hot and
And
spicy.
then it'd be Sofia Vergara.
Oh. Now, in our previous topic, we in the intro, the lady said, the nice voice lady, she does a great job. Thank you very much. She talked about how we put the boob in boob tube.
Right.
So I know we did television before, but this is how I'm going to tie the two topics together. When you watch a few
Notice how when we talk about things like that, Nick talks about tying things together,
Right.
the masochist that he is.
That's right. Tying the two boobs together. When you watch a few television shows before you go to sleep, studies on children found that watching any kind of media actually before bed significantly ups the risk of nightmares. Some experts say that this could be because little kids have trouble telling the difference between what's real and what's fake. So the stuff on TV is more likely to scare them. But for us adults, well, we're kids anyway, but whatever, for other adults, may not be immune to what they see on what's scary at night either, because according to a British survey of 2,000 adults, 60% reported of them being more likely to having a bad dream after watching a scary or gruesome show.
You know what's funny? Adults or children,
Yes.
show them a picture of Nick, they won't sleep for a week.
Yes. Please make it stop.
Okay, sleeping on your stomach.
Yes.
We know from, or you folks listening know from this show,
Right.
that sleeping on your stomach will elicit more sexual dreams.
Uh-huh.
But it can also elicit other things.
Like?
And we're going to talk about those now. It could elicit dreams about being locked up, dreams of hand tools, dreams of being naked, dreams of swimming, and dreams of being smothered. In other words, I said it before, dreams about sex.
I was going to say dreams about last Saturday night in Roy's household. So if you sleep on your stomach, all that stuff kind of happens. Wow. So was one of them,
Yeah.
did you say power tools?
Power tools.
Power
If you sleep on your stomach, you'll dream of power tools. They're not specific on what type of power
Yeah.
tools they are. They could.
Or better yet, battery operated drills. According to some studies, on average, you can have 4 to 7 dreams in one night. It's like a mini series. On average, you can dream anywhere from 1 or 2 hours every night.
Would that be considered binge dreaming?
Yeah. Yes. You binge dream at night. And it's you stream. Do you stream dream? Do you stream dream?
Stream dreams.
Stream dream.
That's even better.
Yeah, stream. I stream. Well, if I stream while I'm dreaming, well, that's a whole other fetish.
Yeah.
We often have multiple dreams within dreams that we cannot remember. With only the last dream before waking up is when we have our waking consciousness. That's what we remember the last. So look at this. My last line on this. Now here's proof that Roy and I do not rehearse the show. The last line in my little fact here. It's like you're binge dreaming.
There you go.
See? Great minds think alike, and we'll let you know when that starts.
Empty minds think.
That's right. As you're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
The holidays can bring dreams of grief, especially lost loved ones. And that makes sense, right? It's the holidays. You miss lost loved ones, right?
Yes.
My grief dreams during the holidays are about that stupid sweater that somebody gave me, or that stupid bottle of cologne. Thanks, Nick. And how I'm going to re-gift. That's the only silver lining to it.
Yeah.
How am I going to re-gift these gifts to someone I don't like? So there you go, Nick. Cologne is on the way.
You know, I didn't do this, but I saw something on YouTube or whatever. They say if you want to prevent someone from regifting your gift, let's say, I think wine is one of the most popular regifted gifts. You write on the label, to Roy from Nick. Now you can't regift a bottle of wine.
I got one even better. If you're going to give somebody wine and you want to make sure they're not going to regift it, you drink it yourself and give them the empty bottle.
Yeah, then they can collect the 20-cent deposit on it.
Exactly.
Wow, drink the okay. The results of several surveys, because they have nothing else going on, so they figure let's just do a survey across large population sets indicate that between 18 and 38% of people have experienced one, and that's one of them right now.
I told them not to call me here.
Between 18
Yeah.
and between 18 and 38% of people have experienced at least one precognitive dream, and 70% have experienced deja vu. 18 to 38% of people have experienced at least one precognitive dream, or 70% have experienced deja vu. You see what I did there? I repeated it in case you're wondering.
I did repeated it, deja vu. Yeah, right.
Yeah. The percentage of people.
Yeah, I repeated it. Yeah, deja vu. Yeah, right.
Right. That believe the percentage of people.
Yeah, you repeated it. Yeah, deja vu. Yeah, right.
All over again. The percentage of people that believe that precognitive dreaming is possible is even higher, from 63 to 98%. No, I think I told you this before, that 70% experience deja vu in their dreams.
Did you? I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't?
Sleep talking. Yes, this is actually something. Sleep talking.
Okay.
It's like sleepwalking, but you talk in your sleep. And swearing and cursing is the most common, because most of the time that you sleep talk, it's something shocking happening in your dream. Okay.
Right.
So the last time I swore at my wife, I blamed it on sleep talking. The problem was I was driving the car when I did it.
Wait a minute. So
It's when you get shocked in your dream, you swear or curse, because maybe it was something shocking.
Right.
Like when Nick has sexual dreams and he screams out, "Oh my God, this is how it is."
Yeah. So let's go back to you telling that cursing at your wife while you're driving your car. One, you're sleeping while you're driving, or two, you're swearing at your wife. Now, isn't it the other way around, that maybe your wife swears at you the way you drive?
Could be. I was asleep. But listen, the funny part is, before I talked about the holidays bring on grief dreams.
Yes.
What brings on grief dreams for Nick is dreaming about sex.
Oh, good grief. It's rare.
He doesn't do the sleep talking. His partner in the dream does.
That's right.
That's it.
And you know what? It's deja vu. It was worse the second time.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Nick and Roy for Tom's Place.
It's the Family Day sale that you've been waiting for, and it will run through the month of February.
Here are some incredible deals on the first floor.
Listen to this. Selected Lipsum dress shirts, regularly $149 to $199, $50.
Cashmere sweaters, men's and women's styles, regularly $250, now only $75.
He has these designer suits. They're amazing. The selected designer suits, normally, get ready, $600, $599. Now, $149 to $199. Get down to Tom's Place.
Ask Cohen and other designer suits. Buy one for $350 or two for $600.
It's insane. Sport jackets, normally $750 each. Half it, 50% off.
Designer casual and dress pants, when Roy decides to wear them, only $99.
Yeah, I like them. 3/4 length winter coats, regularly $898 to $998, but the sale price on these amazing coats, $650.
But for this special deal, the same coat is $325 when you tell them that Nick and Roy sent you there.
Did you hear that, folks? $325. You hear about inflation. You're hearing about it everywhere, but not at Tom's Place. How about these incredible deals on the second floor? Designer men's suits. Buy one, get $200 off. Buy a second suit, get $225 off. Buy a third suit, $250 off.
And if you need sports jackets, $150 off. Dress pants and shirts, buy one, get one for 50% off. It's the Tom's Place Family Day weekend sale and a month-long celebration of 66 years in business.
Tom's late father started this family business in 1958. At Tom's Place, everyone is treated just like his dad did, like family.
For more information, visit toms-place.com or visit our website, nickandroy.com, and click on the Tom's Place logo.
Tom's Place is located at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market in Toronto.
Tom's Place, we'll suit you. Let them show you how.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn. From Beethoven to Bieber, rock and roll to rhythm and blues. This is Totally Useless Music Information with Nick and Roy.
Don't you love how I play the piano?
Yeah, it was very good.
Hey,
It's very much like Linus from the Peanuts.
from the Peanuts, yeah. hey, Pussycat. Not you, Roy. The actress.
I was hoping it wasn't.
That's
Right
right.
enough you woke me up in the beginning of the show.
The actress Cheryl Ladd of Charlie's Angels fame and model.
She was a very attractive woman.
She was. Well, she went to Hollywood to be a singer. She wanted to begin her career in music. She was
Did she
known
go
as.
there when she was just a lad?
She was just a tiny lad, yes, when she was just a lass. She was known as Sherry Moore when she was the singing voice of Melody on Hanna-Barbera's Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, wow.
And she also sang on the 1970 album of the same name, Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Probably written by Neil Diamond because he wrote everything.
just about, yeah. Sounds like very much like a Neil Diamond song, yes.
It's funny because when I do shows, I play like a Neil Diamond song and then I play I'm a Believer from the Monkees.
Yeah.
And people are like, I love that song. I'm like, yeah, Neil Diamond wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, what Roy's talking about, he does entertain not only here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, but if you visit the southwest part of Florida, you go to see him sing, visit his website, which is musicbyroy.com. Musicbyroy.com. Find out where he's singing
Thank
and
you
check,
for the plug,
and
Nick.
check
Thank
him
you.
out. He sings great.
Thank you. Prince,
Mm-hmm.
rest in peace. Prince was 20 years old when he recorded his first debut album. He was 20. If you look at the album cover, you'll see that he played 27 instruments on the album. And he played all of those instruments himself on different tracks. So in some songs, he played without a band. He was the band.
Wow.
He played everything from guitar to bass to piano to clavicorn, clapping, hand cymbals, drums. He played there's 27 different instruments he played on the debut album.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a talented guy.
He was. The most played song on American radio during the 20th century was You've Lost That Loving Feeling, which was written by Barry Mann, Phil Spector, and Cynthia Weil. Although recorded by different artists, the song is the only one in history to be played over 8 million times on the radio.
Wow.
That
You
amounts
lost that
to,
loving feeling.
if you played that song back to back to back, and then, you basically drove yourself crazy, it amounts to about 45 years if the song was played back to back. 3
My
songs
God.
were played only 7 million times. Never My Love, by I think the Association, Yesterday by the Beatles, and Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, right?
7
I didn't
million
expect
times.
that one.
That's right. There you
Yeah.
go.
Nirvana.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Nirvana, are you?
I can't say that I am. No.
No, I'm not a big fan. But there's a song, their biggest song, called Smells Like Teen Spirit. You've heard it, right?
I think so.
Hello, 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 hello. You know.
Yes.
now. Okay.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's exactly like that. That's exactly how I remember it.
It sounds like to me. But anyway, Smells Like Teen Spirit was played over 1 billion views on YouTube. 1 billion views on YouTube. Can you even imagine that? But most people have no idea what the song is about. And it's actually gross. His girlfriend at the time was Catherine Hanna. She was the lead singer for a group called Bikini Kill.
Yeah.
Another nice band
Yeah.
that you bring home to mama.
Yes.
She came into his room and she commented about the fact that he stunk, body odor, and so did the rest of the band, and most of his girlfriends and friends stunk because they didn't wear deodorant. And she wrote on his wall, "It smells like Teen Spirit."
Wow.
And he then wrote that song. So the song was brought on by his girlfriend telling him he smells of body odor because he doesn't wear deodorant.
Wow. I'm just going to listen to the pronouncement.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And 1 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, that stinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hang on.
that stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah. Here's my teaser. This is a symbol of a good company. See what I did there? CYMBAL.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
The Avitas Zildjian Company is a musical instrument manufacturer specializing in cymbals and other percussion instruments. Founded by the ethnic Armenian Zildjian family in the 17th century Ottoman Empire. And then, so that's over how many years ago? Then the company relocated to the United States in the 20th century. So it is one of I think the most, they produce the most cymbals and other percussion instruments.
Well, just to give you an idea, Nick knows my son is a drummer.
Yes.
He was in 2 different bands, but the Hush was the last band that he was in when he was in college. Mm-hmm. They were a very big band. They opened up for the Goo Goo Dolls, and they were a very popular college band. And he used Gretsch drums, but he would only use Zildjian cymbals. Oh. And of course, they would give them to him so that they could display the Gretsch drums and the Zildjian cymbals on stage so that they could see what they were playing, so they gave free stuff.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
The most expensive music video of all time. There were some big music videos. Michael Jackson had Thriller. Remember, that was the first long music video?
Yeah.
Not even close. Not even close. But it is Michael Jackson. And it was for the music for Scream, the song Scream, off of his last album. The video cost $10.7 million.
Oh.
An $11 million music video.
Wow.
Yeah. Michael Jackson. Again, rest in peace. Him, Prince, talented guys, right?
On the Billboard Top 40 hit list, every act that has had a Billboard Top 40 hit whose title included the name of a different recording act, that other act also had one top 40 hit at the exact same time. So, for example, so in 1964, the song We Love You Beatles by the Carefrees was on the top of the charts, while the Beatles had 7 songs of their own in the top 40. Okay, here's another example.
7.
Okay, yes,
wow.
Only 7. Here's another example. In 1984 and 1985, Rick Springfield had a minor hit, Bruce, while Bruce Springsteen charted himself with Born in the USA. And
crazy.
In 1987, both the ABC song When Smokey Sings and Smokey Robinson's song One Heartbeat were in the top 10 at the same time.
Oh my God.
And in this is only some examples, there are a lot more of these. One more, 1992, Weird Al Yankovic, which we talked about in the other episode, had the hit Smells Like Nirvana. You talk about Nirvana? At the same time, Nirvana had the hit Come As You Are.
Oh my God.
There you go. Totally useless information.
And how funny is it that Yankovic would say Smells Like Nirvana, because he probably knew the story behind it.
Exactly.
You brought up the Beatles.
Yes.
Which brings my last fact into play.
Okay.
The Beatles have sold, get ready for this one, 1.6 billion single records in the US,
Wow.
177 million albums to date, 600 million albums around the world. 600 million
Wow.
albums.
That's
around
all?
the world.
Jeez.
Yeah, wait a second. And they had 21 number one hit songs. Not bad, right? But just a few lads from Liverpool.
Liverpool. We're a couple of
Remember that? They
Yeah.
said about the Beatles, and he goes, "Ah, we're just a few lads from Liverpool." Right? Yeah. Right.
Sure. We're a couple of lads with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Thank you very much for joining us. This is what you have to do. Of all the things that you have on in your busy day, thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us at the gym, whether you're driving the kids to work, to school, you're from work, wherever you're going, however you listen to us, thank you very much. But visit nickandroy.com. Go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, and Roy's going to tell you why that's really important that you do that.
I'll tell you why. We're being flooded with emails for our birthday messages. And here's what happens. People go to our website, nickandroy.com. They click on the Nick and Roy store.
Right.
And you can look and find our birthday messages. And you can listen to a sample. What's happening is, as people get these, they're sending them out to friends because they're so excited about it. And it is the gift for the person that says they have everything. They've never gotten this.
No.
And it's fantastic. And we get email after email after email from people saying, "Oh my God, that's great. We heard of friends. Can we get one?" And it's become insanely popular now. Go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, birthday messages. You'll be glad you did. It's a fantastic gift, and it's inexpensive.
Go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, and find out what it's all about.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Sarah from Bridgeville, Pennsylvania writes, "Dear Nick and Roy, we discovered your show by accident." That's what usually happens, you know. I'm so glad that we did. But she
That's
doesn't.
how we drive.
Yes. Yeah, you're the reason why they came up with that bumper sticker when they had them. If you don't like the way I drive, stay off the sidewalk. We discovered the show by accident. I'm so glad that we did. You guys are hilarious and informative. Maybe that should be a new slogan. Instead of listen, laugh, and learn, it should be they're hilarious and informative. Nah, I like listen, laugh, and learn. Here's my question. When things go wrong, I've heard this many times, it's probably Murphy's Law. What I want to know is, who is Murphy and why did he come up with this silly law? Keep it up, boys, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your answer. Well, Sarah, that's a great question, right? Because you've heard of Murphy's Law. I'm like, who the hell is Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
Captain
You can't
Ed.
fall off the floor.
That's well, maybe you can. Captain Ed Murphy was an engineer at Edwards Air Force Base. He was dealing with a technician who incorrectly wired a strain gauge bridge. He wired it backwards for doing gravity tests, which as a result gave a totally wrong 0 reading. Now, there's a debate, a vigorous debate about this and whether the engineer gave the incorrect wiring diagram to the technician or whether it was mistakenly wired up. Whatever happened, the law is now firmly linked to Captain Murphy, and the setup should have been meticulously tested before being put into service, which it wasn't. So thank you to Murphy's Law. This is why when something goes wrong, and it possibly can go wrong, it will, it's Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. Marlene from San Diego, California says, this one caught my attention because it's right up my alley.
Okay.
California is a mess. She even prints it out in capitals. Crime, homeless, and out of control taxes. She really must love the place.
Yeah.
She says, my one bright spot in life, capitals, is to hear your podcast every week. This poor woman, Marlene, has nothing else to look forward to except me and you.
Yes. Crazy.
She says, I love your podcast. You guys make me laugh. And I had to write this to you because my dad said his birthday message was the best gift that he's ever received in his 78 years of life. Wow.
There you go.
That's a compliment. Not the fact that she has a horrible life and thinks that we're her bright spot, but her dad was happy. That's the most important thing.
It is. Absolutely. Today on the show, we talked about television and the boob tube, and we're a couple of boobs that did it. We talked about dreams. We talked about music.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Various stores for months now have been locking up some beauty, hygiene, and cleaning products to prevent retail theft. Now, some stores...
Well, you don't have to tell Marlene in California. She already knows about it.
Well, some stores in the Bay Area, yes, speaking of California, in the Bay Area, they're now securing socks and underwear to keep shoplifters from stealing them.
Wait a minute. They put the socks and the underwear behind plastic and glass counters?
That's right, to lock them up. Shoppers are getting accustomed to seeing, well, you see this all the time, high-ticket items like electronics and small things and toiletries, even baby formulas in some cases, right? But many customers thought they would never see the underwear aisle impacted by this.
Well, I mean, unless you like me, for instance, where you paid $1,000 for Heidi Klum's underwear.
Yeah, but this wouldn't impact you because you rarely...
My poor wife listens to the show.
I know. The poor
She's
thing.
like, what the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell's wrong with her? She's
And then
still
I
with
say,
you.
You don't know after 40 years?
Congratulations on 40 years. We'll talk about that in another show. But right now, so one of the shoppers said it's very inconvenient if he needed to purchase his socks under lock and key. He says, I'm very upset. I got to call somebody to come up here from the counter to get my socks and underwear. Now, there's some Target stores, some Walmart stores are also doing this because Walmart has their underwear locked up, and the clerk says shoplifters are striking the store nearly every day. They're stealing underwear.
It's easy, though, to lock up the men's underwear because you just put that wire through the fly portion of the underwear.
Right.
And then you lock them up.
So,
That's one of the visual things you have to think about.
But you know what? The cost will go up as residents will have to pay more if they have to commute and travel further to pick up their groceries and then pick up their socks, to pick up their prescriptions. It's really hurting the community. They're up in arms. Target said that it was going to that it's working to prevent theft. On a limited basis, we employ theft deterrent merchandising strategies such as locking cases. So it doesn't look like Target and Walmart in the United States.
Let me explain, because we're here in the free state of Florida.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
Florida, we don't play games here. So,
No.
So crime is
No, you don't play games at all.
significant.
But in your case here, I'm sorry if I bored you, Roy, because you pass right by the underwear aisle. Because do you often wear underwear?
No, I never wear them. I go commando most of the time. Sometimes I don't even wear pants, So I just go completely, al fresco,
Yeah, I know al fresco. That's all the time we have for this
I
episode.
guess at my age you could call it a la carte because you got to put the you-know-what's on something that rolls because otherwise they'll drag,
You know what?
A la carte.
Thanks for joining us here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We really appreciate you listening.
Nick, I want to know, though, how do these people, it's uncomfortable to walk up to, as a man, walk up to a female and say what you're looking for in underwear. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of touchy.
Like I prefer ones with the bigger pouch in the front. Just saying.
Go to our website, nickandroy.com, as we've told you before, to visit the Nick and Roy store, and we
You
will
can see a picture of me in my underwear.
we will scour the internet to find out more totally useless information just for you.
And we'll see you next week.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy was brought to you in part by Tom's Place. For the finest in men's fashion, Tom's Place will suit you. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.